In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we're going to look at two variations on how to cut between clips. One is called the L cut, the other is called the J cut. Now normally when you're making a transition between two clips, you make a solid vertical line cut at the same moment for both the audio and the video to transition. In these, you stagger them. One in the shape of a J, the other in the shape of an L. So if you look at the English letter L, the bottom part of the character L sticks to the right. So what we're going to have in an L cut is we're going to have the audio of the first clip continuing into the second video. So you'll see the video change, but the audio will stay the same as it was in the first part of the first clip. Let me show you how to do that. It will explain itself. So we're going to take these two clips on the left here. I have a dialogue going on, and I'm going to right-click on both of them, and I have to unlink my video and audio on both clips. We have a normal cut happening here. Let me go to the very beginning, and we're going to watch this rather crazy dialogue. You're going to see a scene where the guy in the dark is responding to a ludicrous idea from the guy in the red shirt, and we see the reaction of the guy in the red shirt as he objects to what he's just said. So let's play this and you can see how it works.
Let me get this straight. So you're going to walk around Story City at night with a flashlight writing Bible verses on people's driveways? I mean, how many different ways do you think this can go wrong?
I still think it's a great idea. People wake up in the morning, come outside to go to work.
Okay, so he's defending himself. We get to see his facial reaction when his dialogue starts. But what if we want to see his facial reaction while we're listening to the words of the first speaker? That's what the L cut will do, and it's very common in dialogue scenes. In order to do it, once we have these split, I'm going to simply take and I'm going to shorten the first clip a little bit. Well, the guy, and I'll do trim only. And then we'll take and we'll lengthen the second clip. Now this relies on the reality that when you actually cut a clip in PowerDirector, you're not chopping the end off and throwing it away. It's more like you're rolling it under itself, so you have a little extra margin on either side. And if you do this well, people won't even know you've done it, but it's very, very common, especially in movies and television. So let's look at this one. He's going to finish his objection to this guy's crazy idea, and we're going to see the guy responding as he and you listen together to the words before you see him talk.
This is on people's driveways? I mean, how many different ways do you think this can go wrong?
I still think it's a great idea.
Okay, so you see that you participate both in the speaker and now in the listener as you watch visually what he's doing before he begins his dialogue in the script. So that is the L cut. Now let's look at the J cut. The J cut uses the same principle in a different direction. In the J cut, we continue the video of the first clip, but we begin before it ends the audio of the second clip. What I have on the screen is a veterinarian who took some university students to Nicaragua, and he begins to talk about the terrain there and the conditions, and then we're going to transition into a rainforest waterfall scene. So watch this with the normal cut.
And their money-raising ability is beef. They don't have electricity out there, and so they travel, and mostly travel by horses. So we were able to really do a lot of things for those people out there.
Now that's a straight cut, and we normally would put it closer to the dialogue, but we're going to use that as an example of how you can do the J cut. So again, we're going to repeat the procedure we did a moment ago. We're going to take both the audio and the video of both clips, highlight it, right-click on it, and from the pop-up menu do Unlink Video and Audio. So in this case we're going to shorten the second one. So I'll take the waterfall scene and I'll move just the video of it back a bit. And I think in this case, I'm going to take both audio and video and move it closer to where we were before. I can just do overwrite. And now we're going to have the video of the gentleman. And then we're going to start to hear the waterfall before we see the waterfall. So we have audio clues of the following scene before we see the scene. And this is done, again, often in modern entertainment. So let's play the end of this and see what we can see.
So they travel, and mostly travel by horses. So we were able to really do a lot of things for those people out there.
So you see you have the audio clue command before the video, and if you look at the right part of the example on the timeline, it does look a little bit like the letter J, so the bottom end sticks out to the left. So that's the difference between an L cut and a J cut. And again, if you do these well, people won't even know you did them. If you do them poorly, they'll stand out like a sore thumb.